Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here on Geo Is Not On Fleek XOXOX. How are you doing? I'm doing dandy. Welcome back to a brand new video. I just said that, we're going to carry on. So today's video is, well, let's get started on me. I look a little bit different. I have pink hair now apparently, and I'm wearing bright clothes, which isn't my norm, but hi. Yeah, so I decided to do the musical theatre tag, which is basically where theatre nerds like me, hi, how's it going, talk about their musical theatre experiences. So I have a bunch of questions that I am going to talk about in this video, and but if you enjoy this video and you like theatre nerdy content and general nerdy content, I like Doctor Who, I like Harry Potter, then maybe you should hit that big red subscribe button down below so you can come back and see my videos whenever you want to, because we love that. And also make sure you hit that like button so I know if you're enjoying my content, and if you don't, maybe I can switch it up and do different stuff. I do a lot of challenges here on this channel, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. The first question is, what is the first musical I ever saw? Now, I want to say embarrassingly, but I'm not actually embarrassed by it. So the first musical I ever saw was High School Musical. I went to go see that. I think I was maybe 8 when I went to go see that. So we're talking a good 10 years ago, which is crazy. By the way, disclaimer, I am 18. Some of these questions won't really make sense as such because I am so young, she says. But I generally have seen a lot of things and watched pretty much every musical movie you can think of, so we're gonna allow it. So yeah, my first ever musical that I ever seen was High School Musical, which was about 10 years ago. Liam Doyle played Troy Bolton in it, and I now love Liam Doyle, so it was definitely an experience for a 10-year-old, 8 to 10-year-old to experience. I would recommend it. And you know, I was young, you can't judge me. High School Musical was a bop when I was younger. But that just goes to show you how interested I've been in musical theatre. I've been literally interested since I was like 6 years old when High School Musical first came out. That was my favourite movie as a kid. It wasn't, you know, like, it wasn't your everyday Disney movie. It was like the musical theatre one. You know, it was just amazing. The second question is, when I was growing up, what was my favourite musical? So arguably it would be High School Musical if you're going down the route of growing up. But in my later years, aka I'd say 13 to now, it is definitely Les Mis. Les Mis has been by far my rock musical. I have loved every song from it, every adaptation of it, every single version of it. Trust me, I've researched them all, and I generally love it. Like, even the one with like Matt Lucas in it in the 2012 concert, I genuinely, so heartedly loved every single one. It's just been one of those musicals that I've never been able to not enjoy. I even enjoyed the TV series that was released this year. I just thought it was amazing. So yeah, I don't know. I think Les Mis or High School Musical was definitely the musical that was my favourite growing up. The third question is, was I ever in any musicals? So yeah, I've been in a few. Not ones that people will have seen unless they went to my secondary school or they were a family friend, then no. But yeah, I have been in quite a few ones that people will know as well. It's not just silly little ones that nobody knows about. I was in Hairspray where I played Tracy Turnblad. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. I was also in Sound of Music and I played Reverend Mother. We did a short one of it, so it was like really short. But yeah, I played Reverend Mother and I performed it at Her Majesty's Theatre down in London, which was definitely an experience that I will take with me for the rest of my life. I then also did We Will Rock You the same day, also at Her Majesty's Theatre, where I played Pop. I also performed The Nightmare Before Christmas with my theatre company. And I played the mayor, which was kind of a small role, but I really liked that show, so I'm not going to complain. And then I nearly performed in Lion King playing Pumbaa, which would have been amazing, but didn't happen, so we're going to move on. The next question is, what was the first musical you saw on the West End? So this is actually meant to say Broadway, but obviously I'm not from America, so I haven't seen a Broadway show as of date, but I have been to the West End a few times, and the first one I ever seen was Wicked. No rest for the wicked, definitely not. So this was definitely one of my favourite musicals to watch. I don't think it's the best musical I've watched, but it's been one of the most enjoyable ones, just because it's such like, you know, a fulfilling musical. You just, when you leave, you just feel so, you know, you feel great after you've left. And I feel like it was a really good one to watch for the first time. I was still emerging into the musical theatre society, and everybody was like, oh, go watch Wicked, it's like the best musical ever. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go watch it. So we went down to London and watched it, but I've also seen Les Mis down there as well. Les Mis, you know, that for me to watch it in the Queen's Theatre was a dream come true. So yeah. The next question is, if I could play any female character, who would it be and why? So it would definitely either be Eponine from Les Mis or Veronica Sawyer from Heathers. Mainly because they're such, like, okay, so they're very different in terms of, like, what the character requires. So in Les Mis, Eponine is not the biggest part, but I feel like her role is so demanding and so, like, you know, there can't not be an Eponine. It's just such a principal part. It's not necessarily a main part, but you'd know if she was missing. I mean, I definitely would. If Eponine was missing, I don't actually know what I would do, because I feel like Eponine is the reason why I loved Les Mis so much. I found her character so relatable, because, you know, every girl, especially me, has always had that moment where they do anything for a guy. Like, they desperately fall in love with a guy, but the guy just doesn't want anything to do with them. And that is definitely, you know, something that I can relate to. Like, I remember at one point I literally addressed her song On My Own to a guy. I was like, this song is about you. That's how pathetic I was as a kid, but now I don't need to because I have someone, so yeah. And then Veronica Sawyer is because that is just such an incredible role. Like, the acting and the singing talent needed for that role is incredible, and if I got the opportunity to play that character, my heart would do flippity flops. I can't even, like, oh my god, I would literally, like, there's so much emotion that needs to go into that character, so much, like, so many different feelings. Like, she goes through, you know, feeling so alone and isolated, to then feeling like she's on top of the world, but yet still feeling a little bit vulnerable, to then feeling, like, really, really raunchy on stage, to then, like, being loved up, to then feeling like, oh my god, I've just murdered somebody, and it's just all madness, and it's, like, crazy, and I'd really, really love to play that character. Now, moving on, if I was to play a male character, who would I play? I would definitely want to play JD, Phantom, or Pumbaa. They're all very different. So you got JD, who is also from Heathers, who's psychotic and just wants to kill people. You've also got the Phantom, which is another really, really serious role. I've always wanted to play that role. I just thought it'd be, like, really mysterious, like, nobody knows who I am, ha 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 ha. And then Pumbaa, I don't know, I've always liked the idea of playing a really comedic character, and I just feel like Pumbaa, I love doing Bronx accent, and I've always pictured Pumbaa to have a Bronx accent as well. So I don't know, I've just always loved the idea of, you know, Pumbaa. I've just loved it. Yeah. The next question is, what is my favourite song to sing in the shower? So, this is, I have a playlist on Spotify dedicated to musicals, and I actually just play that. But when a Legally Blonde song comes on, a Heather song comes on, or a Hamilton song comes on, you know there's going to be a mini concert in the shower. I'm not even going to lie. You know, if Dead Girl Walking comes on, you know I'm going to be living. If Hamilton comes on, you know I'm going to be reciting Guns and Ships. If Bend and Snap comes on from Legally Blonde, I'm not gonna do that in the shower, but I will want to. So, the next question is, who is my favourite actress? So I actually have a few that I'm really, really digging at the moment, and that is Carrie Hope Fletcher. Obviously, she is a queen. She plays Veronica Sawyer. Well, she did play Veronica Sawyer. She's going to play Fatine in the concert that's happening in London for Les Mis. She's played Eponine in the past, so that's where I found my true love for her. She's also one of my favourite YouTubers and authors. I also love Samantha Barks. She, for me, was my Eponine. I fell in love with her because of the Les Mis movie. I just loved her, and then I got to meet her in 2016 and cried my actual heart out like the whole time when she was singing. I literally bawled my freaking eyes out, I'm not even lying. And then I also love Jodie Steele. A lot of people won't know her as such, but if you've seen Heathers, then she played Heather Chandler in the West End, and she rocked it. She was incredible. I got to see her in Rock of Ages a couple of days ago, and oh my god, she is a talented queen. Oh my gosh, just everything about her, like her dance, her acting skills, her sing. Oh my god, her singing. She's a queen. And then I also love Sutton Foster. Again, people might not know her. She played Fiona in the Broadway Shrek the Musical, but I have some tea about that, but we'll get back to it. Who is my favourite actor? So going along the lines of Jodie Steele, I also really love Liam Doyle, who I've spoke about earlier, who played Troy Bolton in High School Musical. He is in a relationship with Jodie Steele, and I love them together. They are so cute. You know, they're working a long distance thing when they're both doing different shows and they're doing different parts of their lives. They're rocking it, they're doing it, and I loved watching Liam in High School Musical. And then fun story, so I'm friends with some of his friends, and I was at like one of my friends' like parents' anniversary parties, and he was there, and I was like, huh, that's Liam Doyle. I was like, okay, I feel it, I'm digging it. And I went up there and I was like, hey, can I have a photo with you? I met you 10 years ago and now I'm here 10 years later. Can I have a photo with you? He was like the nicest as well. He was like, yeah, of course. And then I added him on Facebook and Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, okay, it's really cool. And then I found out he was in a relationship with Jodie Steele, and I was like, ah! So yeah, that was really cool. Because I believe she played, Jodie played Eponine and he played the romantic interest in Wicked. And they got together through that, which I thought was really cute. I believe. I'm not throwing facts out there, I just think. But another one of my favourite actors is Sean Jones. Oh my god, from Blood Brothers. Cry my heart out. I've seen him because he is a Welsh boy. Yes, he is. And I went to go see him when he played in Rhyl in North Wales, because he's like from around that area. And then a year later I went to the Panto in Rhyl, because I really like Panto as well. And he played the comedic part in it. I think it was Cinderella, and he played Buttons. And oh my god, he was so good. He's just everything I watch him in. He is incredible. And I've seen him twice in Blood Brothers now, because I've seen Blood Brothers twice, because I think it is the best thing ever. Highly recommend to, even if you don't like musicals, because I don't particularly rate it as a musical. I just rate it as a thing. It's just incredible. Like, I've never seen anything like it. But yeah, Sean Jones, incredible actor. Can't beat him. Honestly, he is incredible, and he's not a high status actor. I don't think he's been in any like TV things. He is just an incredible actor, and he is known for Blood Brothers. He is just incredible. Next question is favourite film adaptation. I actually really like Moulin Rouge, like a lot. A lot of people don't like film adaptations. They think, oh, just leave it on the stage, it's way better. I haven't known Moulin Rouge to be on stage, at least while I've known Moulin Rouge. I've never seen it done on stage. I've seen a couple of snippets from when my like Coventry College did this thing called Encore a couple of years ago, and they performed a couple of snippets, a couple of songs. But I thought the movie was so good because I really like Ewan McGregor and I really like Nicole Kidman, and I just thought it was just incredible. Honestly, it was just amazing, and I rate it as like a movie musical. And I also really rate Rocky Horror Show because I've seen it live and I've seen the movie multiple times. But honestly, I just think it is like, I feel like the show is more audience anticipated. I can't speak today. Audience participation. So I just feel like it's a nice like difference because I just really like Rocky Horror Show. Just because everything about it, like, let's do the time walk again, just everything about it is incredible. But doing it live is so good. But I feel like they capture that essence on stage as well, in film as well. I pointed over there because my TV's over there. Next question is, what is the most underrated musicals? So heartily, I believe Blood Brothers and Rock of Ages are the two of the most underrated musicals. So they both tour a lot. Like, I know Rock of Ages tours a lot, but as a movie wise, it didn't get, like, I didn't know about it, and I was a musical fan. It came out in 2012, and I was a musical fan, and I didn't know anything about it until like 2014 when one of my friends recommended it to me. I was like, what? There's a musical about rock, like some of my favourite rock music ever, and Tom Cruise is in it, and Alec Baldwin and Russell Brand. Like, hello? What? I was actually like taken back by it, and I watched it and I was like, this is really good. Like, why don't people watch this? Like, obviously people do know about it and it is like a big deal, and they had some really A-list stars in it, but again, as a musical, like a stage show, I don't think it's ever been on the West End, which I think is crazy because it is such a good musical. I would highly recommend it to anyone. I just don't understand why it's not, like, why it only tours and why it's not, like, in one place for a long period of time. I don't know. And also for Blood Brothers, they don't have a movie. They don't have a movie, which baffles me because I think it is one of, like, the most gut-wrenching things, but I wouldn't want them to change anything. This is the difference. I wouldn't want them to change any of the acting, any of the singing. They just need to put it in real life. Like, they need to have actual streets, and they need to have, like, the actual house, and they need to have, like, actual things. I don't want them to change the way it is. I don't want them to change the storyline or anything. It's going to stay perfectly the same. I just want them to put it into a movie, and then it's going to be better, because then I can watch it whenever I want, and I don't have to pay extortionate prices to go see it when it tours, because it, again, doesn't have its own time in the West End. I think it does sometimes, but not all the time. It's not like a long-running thing, which I think it so could be. Honestly, it's so good. Recommended all the time, always. And then one of the most overrated things, I hate to say it because I love Disney so much, but basically any Disney Broadway/West End production. I hate to say it. I love Disney, but I feel like it's so overrated. Like, people are like, oh my god, Lion King is the best thing ever. Woo! It's not on my top 10 list is what I mean. I'm not saying it's not brilliant. I'm not saying it's not incredible, but it's just not on my top 10 list of things to see. I do want to watch it, but there's things I want to watch even more. Same with Aladdin. Okay, Aladdin I want to watch more than I want to watch Lion King. I don't know why. I actually don't. Just the idea of puppets, for me, takes away the magic of it being musical theatre, because it's no longer, like, people singing on stage, it's puppets. But I guess you could argue that's the same with Avenue Q, but Avenue Q is a completely different thing. I don't know, it's hard, I don't get it, I'm scared. The next question is, what musical made me cry? So that is easy. I've mentioned them so much today in this video. Blood Brothers and Les Mis, they both make me bawl my eyes out. More so Les Mis because it happens more and more and more. Like, it's not just in one scene, it is throughout the whole thing. Every time someone dies, every time someone gets a heartbreak, every time someone falls ill, just every time. Everything, just every song is just pain in my heart. And then Blood Brothers, obviously, it is just a train wreck for me. Cry every single time at the exact same moment, and yeah, just every time. Not gonna lie, I'm an emotional kid, and I've cried at a lot of things. I even cried at Moulin Rouge, but those ones will get me every single time, no lie. Every single time, I do not care, every single time I will cry when Eponine dies and at the end of Blood Brothers. Every time. What musicals made me laugh the most? So, although I just said that Blood Brothers makes me cry the most, it also makes me laugh the most, which a lot of people are going to be like, well, how does that make sense? It makes sense plenty, because at the beginning of the show, it is very, very light-humoured, very, very funny, undeniably funny. Like, you can't help but laugh at it. It is hilarious. And Rock of Ages, which I've also spoke about a lot in this video, it is hilarious throughout the whole thing. I went to go see it a couple of weeks ago. I've seen it 3 times now. But this is the first time professionally I've gone and seen it. I've seen like amateur ones. But oh my god, so funny. Hilariously funny. Like, I've never seen anything funnier. I think it's the funniest show I've ever seen. Like, just because, like, Yolani is like obviously the narrator. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. They're like, yeah, I'm the narrator of this show. I'm getting paid crap for it. And at the end of Act 1, we're going to do jazz hands. We're just going to throw it in there, you know. I just think it's so funny the way it comes across. And, like, just all the acting as well. And, like, in particularly, a dark horse that I didn't know about is Kevin Clifton. I had no idea he was such a talented singer. Or rock singer. Oh my god, he is such a talented person. Oh my god, he is incredible. I'm saying oh my god so much, but Kevin Clifton is such a dark horse. I thought he was just a dancer. Any musicals that I saw and hated. So earlier I said that I really, really, really liked Sutton Foster in Shrek the Musical Broadway. I have it on DVD, that's how I watched it. That end of story. That in Broadway, it was incredible. UK tour, not so much. Nothing to do with Amanda Holden. Amanda Holden's probably great when they did it in West End. Probably incredible. I love the Broadway soundtrack. UK, not so much. Didn't like it. Not because of the actors either. Maybe a little bit. The donkey was a little bit too camp for me. Shrek was fine, actually. There were a lot of things that Sutton Foster does in Broadway that I really, really missed in the UK tour. I can't remember who played Fiona for the life of me, but she just didn't rock it for me. Like, she wasn't standing out to me, you know. It would, like, she was famous. I think she was from, like, X Factor or something. But she just didn't do it for me. Didn't like her. Don't know why. Just wasn't feeling it. What musical do I want to see become a film? So I actually want to see Blood Brothers become a film. I've said this already. I really want to see it become a film. I think it would work so well as a film, just because it's such an easy set as well. It's not like there's like mystical chambers and stuff like that. Like, they can easily do it with just a bog standard street up north, and it'll be fine. I also really like, okay, so Wicked I think is coming out next year as a film, but I really want to see it become a film. I feel like it would do really well as a film, because it is a really good musical. Not like, it's not completely like, but I've seen better, but it is up there as like one of the best musicals. I also want to see Hamilton become one, just because it is iconic, everybody loves it. It isn't your everyday musical, it is a rap hip-hop musical, which I love. I also want to see Heathers become one, because the movie wasn't as successful, but I feel like the musical is, and everybody loves the musical, and the musical is very good, so I would recommend it. Just make it into a movie, please, and have the UK cast as the actors, please. And I also want to see Dear Evan Hansen as a movie, because again, really easy to put into context, really easy to like make a movie, yet to see it live, but I really want to, because I think it's coming to the West End soon, I believe, if I'm right. I think I'm right. But yeah, I'd really like to see these become a movie because I feel like they're really easy to put out there, other than Wicked, but they're somehow doing that. It's, you know, it's not going to be hard to do. It's not like, you know, there's magic in it. You know, you've got to make it special. Whereas like with Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen and Heathers and Blubberers are real people. You can just do it. You know what I mean? It's easy. What musical am I dying to see? So I want to say all of them, but if I have to put it into like category of what I want to see the most next, Hamilton. Hamilton I really want to see. I've always been a fan of Hamilton ever since the soundtrack was released on Spotify. I have been a fan. I loved it. I, again, yet to see it live, but I literally love Hamilton and Lin-Manuel Miranda. I love In the Heights. I love everything about that man. But I also love the fact that in Hamilton you're also learning things. Like, I never knew anything about the 10 Founding Fathers until I started listening to Hamilton. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, literally, I can name facts about Hamilton, which is crazy. Like Aaron Burr shot Hamilton. Nobody knows that unless they've watched Hamilton. I'm sorry, unless you're like a 10 Founding Fathers fan, like nerd, you're not gonna know unless you've like listened to Hamilton. Like, you know, you literally find out in the opening song, Alexander Hamilton, like Burr turns around and goes, "Me, I'm the damn fool that shot him." Like, you know. But yeah, I'd really like to see Hamilton. Then I want to see Heathers, because honestly, if you know, Jodie Steele and Carrie Hope Fletcher ever go back down to London and do Heathers, I'm definitely going to go this time. I really want them to reopen it because I feel like they needed more. But I know a lot of the cast, like Jodie Steele and Becky Locke, they had to go on and do different things. They couldn't. They had other auditions because they thought it was only going to be on for a certain amount of time. And I think also the theatre needed stuff. And also Dear Evan Hansen I'm dying to see because it's obviously coming over to the UK soon, so I really want to watch it. And also the Book of Mormon. Basically my dad isn't like the most musical infused fan, but there are certain things, like I knew he would enjoy Rock of Ages, and he did. So he's a massive fan of Billy Elliot, and I really want to take him to see it, and I also want to take him to see Book of Mormon because I just know he'll enjoy it, and I just want him to like appreciate something with me, you know? So a book or movie that should be a musical. That is easy for me. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of Carrie Hope Fletcher, who is an actress, singer, author, YouTuber, goddess, body positivity promoter, vegan, I think. No, she's not vegan. Dunno. Animal testing against. She don't like it. Yes. So yeah, I want her book, When the Curtain Falls, to become a musical. That is it. Arguably, I want Doctor Who I want there to be a Doctor Who the musical, but that didn't come under this category. It came under, you know, we're talking about books and movies, not, you know. But yeah, I'd really like Carrie Hope Fletcher to be in it, and for her to be the main character, obviously, because it's her book. And I just think she'd be incredible, and I want it to happen. Tom Fletcher, get on it with Carrie and sort it out, because, you know, when you wanted to do Christmas Horus, she was on it, and she was like, "Oh, come and be an actor for you," and it was incredible. But now you need to do the same thing for Carrie and help her write music for it, please. Thank you. And then obviously the last question of the tag is, what is your favourite musical of all time? And I'm gonna go out there and say it's all of them. Honestly, I love every single musical out there. I know I said that I hated a couple, or like I didn't rate some of them, but I enjoy all of them. Like, I don't dislike them. I've said that I do, but I just, there are better ones, is what I'm saying. I don't hate any musical. I appreciate all the creativity and all of the acting that goes into it. However, there are certainly better ones. But if I had to put my favourite musical out there, Les Mis and A Story. Sorry. But yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. Do what I said at the beginning of the video, like subscribing and liking, because we like a good filming on this channel. And you can follow my socials. My Snapchat is gmilborn7. My Twitter is GeorgiaAliceMI1. And my Instagram is GeoIsNotOnFleek. So make sure you go follow them, add them, whatever you want to do with them. Yeah. And yeah, that's it done. That's my musical theatre tag. Thanks for watching. That's all I have to say. Thanks. Great. Bye.